For nearly 100 years, the Scripps National Spelling Bee has drawn in students from all over the country up to the podium to spell out words that would probably stump most adults. And this year, one bright Scappoose teenager is the only student in Oregon to qualify. Fox 12's Carly Olson had the chance to sit down with her to learn more.
Rubina Wiedemer has been able to read since age 2, so her parents tell me this hasn't exactly been a surprise. But the Scripps National Spelling Bee is a huge amount of pressure for any kid, and she's studying as much as she can to make sure her state-level spelling holds up under a national spotlight.
I don't quite have all of them down, but I'm getting there.
14-year-old Rubina Wiedemer flips through a list of around 500 words, some of them familiar,
And I also know about ciabatta.
and others that only an expert speller might recognize.
And this list happens to contain one of my favorite words, butyrachus. And butyrachus is spelled B-U-T-Y-R-A-C-E-O-U-S.
It's just a portion of the words she's learning to prepare for the Scripps National Spelling Bee at the end of the month, an honor she earned a couple months ago when she won the Portland Regional Bee against 36 other spellers.
Auctorial. A-U-C-T-O-R-I-A-L. Auctorial.
Correct.
I did not feel confident going into the regional spelling bee. I told my mom that I didn't want to do it because I felt nervous and I didn't want to misspell a word.
But even though a couple of words did stump her, other contestants misspelled more words, handing her the victory. And the words she'd used to describe that moment?
Surprised and pleased. It is an ineffable feeling.
Rubina is a voracious reader, an aspiring author, and a distance runner, living with her parents in their Scappoose home. She's been homeschooling through the Fossil Charter School, which is how she got connected to the Scripps Bee in the first place. And her dad, Matt, says it's been a long time coming.
We kind of suspected that she could read right around when she turned 2 years old. Her great-grandpa had the Wall Street Journal out and had her read some of the headlines from the Wall Street Journal. And it was like, okay, for sure, you know, this is stuff that she's never seen before. She can read.
By the first grade, Rubina had tested out a spelling for elementary school. And 7 grades later, she's the only contestant in the state to qualify for the National Bee. After spending some time with her, it's not difficult to see why.
I have a few favorite words, and one of them is a fairly simple one. It's hawk, because it sounds like a hawk, the H with the wings, and the A for the stereotypical scream call of a hawk, and the K for talons catching something. And I also like finding humor in funny-sounding words, or words that are longer than perfectly normal words that mean something, like butyrachus, which means buttery.
She spends all the time she can studying on an app provided by the Bee team.
I can look at definitions and language of origin.
And perfecting her personal methods for remembering it all.
I usually type the words on an invisible keyboard.
She has a God-given talent for spelling and with words. I just love and appreciate that about her. And it's great that she can, you know, have some confidence in her own skills and see, you know, that she can achieve some of her goals. I hope that she has fun and that she enjoys the national competition, because that's really what it's about.
Simply qualifying is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But of course, a big WIN on the national stage would be a nice cherry on top.
Is there any small part of you that thinks that you really could win?
I know the objective probability of my winning, and I know that everyone else is probably studying very hard. I'm 1 out of 245 spellers if all outcomes are equally likely. I have a 1 in 245 chance of winning the bee. It's a little bit intimidating, but maybe a little bit exciting too.
Rubina will start competing in the preliminary rounds of the Bee on Tuesday, May 28th, and the finals happen on Thursday, May 30th. If you want to keep up with Oregon's top speller, you can watch all of the rounds online at spellingbee.com. Reporting in studio, Carly Olson, Fox 12 Oregon.